Welcome back, friends. I am very glad you are here. I wanted to do hopefully this video won't take too long. I want to focus on our spines and core. Um, this would be a great video to do first thing in the morning if you're stiff or if you're just noticing that your spine feels out of whack, your muscles in your back. So anyways, we're going to start in our normal way that we start. One of my favorites, Sukhasana, obviously. So come to a nice comfortable seat, and if Sukhasana isn't it for you, just sit where you can lengthen through the spine. And as we move through this practice, I want you to focus on right now. Just let everything go, focus on now. And if you feel yourself kind of getting off track, focusing on your to-do list or what you need to work on later, see if you can return to the breath and just give yourself this time to be in the moment. So for now, find your comfortable seat, let your shoulders drop away from your ears, and we'll take about 5 long, slow, deep breaths. Breathe deep into your belly. And as you exhale, you can sigh it out if it feels good. Just start to let go of anything you need to let go of. See if you can soften around your eyebrows, your jaw, your shoulders. Take 2 more deep breaths. And then when you're ready, we'll just find some gentle neck and shoulder movement. So whatever it is for you, we all kind of have our favorite ways to open up in our cervical area, our neck area. So whatever that may be for you, drawing circles with the nose, if you're doing ear over shoulder. So find whatever it is and take a few breaths and you do that movement. And then work your shoulders in, whatever that may be. You can take your fingertips forward, up and back. You can roll your shoulders around. You can draw circles with your elbows. Take a few breaths. Whatever you do, make sure you go the opposite way as well. And then whenever you're ready, you can keep moving through your neck and shoulder, and then whenever you're ready, just release. Take your left hand to the mat, slide it out, and just come into a nice side body stretch. Right hand comes up and over. You can find some maybe back and forth movement here, really stretching through the spine. Nice spine. Side body bend. Go to the other side. Maybe find that movement. And then 2 more times on each side. Just breathing, exhaling to the side, inhaling to the center. Exhale, inhale. And then when you're ready, come back to center. And we'll do what I like to call the coffee grinder, or I got that from another yoga teacher. There's a lot of names for this, but what we're going to do in your nice comfortable seat, if you want to sit on a cushion, meditation cushion, a block, you can sit on a blanket, a towel, whatever you have, if it's comfortable. And again, keep your spine long. And we're going to take our ribs over to the left, smooth your heart forward, arching through the back. Ribs come to the right, and then really flex through the spine, chin to chest. You can catch yourself, your hands on your knees, and we'll continue that circle. Really think cat-cow with the spine here. Inhale forward, exhale as you come around. This is one of my favorite spinal openings. This is really good to help ground if we're feeling anxious or out of it. Go ahead and change direction of your circle. Breathing through the movement. And then you can get really crazy with it if you want, like really just working the neck in. Again, you need to find what your body needs today. And then start to make your circles a little bit smaller and come back to your head over heart, heart over pelvis. And we're going to make our way to our tabletop position. So however you choose to get there, just move slowly, mindfully. You guys know that's one of my favorites. Move slow, move mindful. Take care of yourself, take care of your body. Find your tabletop position. Stacking wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Really lengthen through the spine, pressing the earth away from us. Our elbow creases are shining a little forward. And then to decrease some wrist pain, press into that fleshy part between your index finger and your thumb. And then when you're ready, we'll come into some cat-cow. Inhale, dropping the belly, tailbone lifts, crown of the head lifts. Heart space shines forward. Exhale, rolling from the tailbone down, arching through the back. Back lifts, lifts, lifts. Spread your shoulder blades wide, crown of the head drops. Inhale. Now start moving through your cat-cow with your breath. And if you are feeling called to get a little crazy with your cat-cow, go for it. You can slide that one leg out and to one side, looking over that shoulder. You can do barrel rolls with your chest. Just find what it is. It could be just traditional cat-cow. Perfect. Keep moving with your breath. Press, press, press the earth away. Inhale, dropping your belly. And now when you're ready, come back to your tabletop position. Drop your elbows where your palms were. And then walk your knees back. Bring your forehead towards the mat. Try and keep your elbows in line with your shoulders. Knees under your hips, not your wrists. Rock your tailbone up to the sky. Keep your core nice and engaged so we don't have a pinch in our lower back in our puppy posture. 3 deep breaths. On our next inhale, draw your belly in. Begin to lift up, coming back to our tabletop. Lovely. Take a cat-cow if it feels good. And now when you're ready, coming back to your tabletop, inhale, slide your right toes out behind you. Exhale, you can lift those toes if you want off the mat. Keep pressing the earth away. Exhale, draw that knee towards your nose. You're going to step it up and you're going to come into a low lunge. So we have a couple choices here. So you can come into your low lunge, drawing back in that right hip crease, pressing through that heel, the ball of that big toe, really activating that leg. You can curl your back toes under here. You can keep the top of your foot flat on the mat. I completely blanked out here. So whenever you're ready, we're going to place our hands on our thigh, come up, and we're going to come into not a fully passive twist. We're going to come into a mostly active twist. So you have your choice here. You can take your hands to your ribs. Inhale, exhale. You're going to turn your ribs to the right. You can open your arms up if it helps. If it helps, you can take your right hand to your heart space. Left hand comes out. And then bring your left hand around. Really active twist here. If you want to have that back knee lifted, you can. Keeping our core drawn in. Can be here. We're just not in a passive, we're in an active twist. Inhale back to center. Plant your palms, step it back to tabletop. Good job. It's a little bit different twist. So when you're ready, slide the left toes out, reaching through that heel. You can lift those toes if it feels good. Keep pressing the earth away. Exhale, draw that knee towards your nose, step it up. And then find your alignment for your lunge, however you want it to be. It's probably hard to see me with this. Swear on. Find your alignment for your lunge, and then bring your hands to your thigh. And then we're going to do the same thing. So you have your choice. You can have your back knee lifted and come into your twist. You can have back knee lowered. So you have your choice. So hands to your ribs, and it's like you're guiding your ribs over to the left. Using our core here. Breathing deep. Exhale, release. Bring your hands to the mat. Slide your toes back to tabletop. Again, take a cat-cow. Perfect. Come back to your neutral tabletop, neutral spine. Curl your toes under if you want. You can walk your hands slightly forward. Inhale, lift your tailbone, downward facing dog. Excellent. Pedaling it out here, pressing the heart space towards the upper thighs. Pressing into the fleshy part between our index finger and our thumb. Elbow creases shining forward. When you're ready, take a slow walk up to the front of your mat. And we'll just meet in a forward fold. Breathing deep. Walk your hands from side to side if it feels good. And then we're going to inhale, halfway lift, either fingertips on the ground, shins, upper thighs, or airplane arms, your choice. So halfway lift, spine lengthened, straight. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees generously, bring the belly to the tops of your thighs. Fingertips swing up and forward. We're going to come into a chair pose. I'll turn this way so you can see me. So in your chair pose, you want your hips sinking back, weight in your heels, lengthen your spine. Core is drawing in. Exhale, release to a fold. And then when you're ready, inhale, roll it up. Find your mountain pose. Take a couple deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, we will inhale, arms up, exhale, fold it forward, plant your palms, step your right toes back, step your left toes back, plank pose. You might rock back and forth here a little bit, maybe a little side to side. If you want to do hip dips, you can. Or you can lower all the way to the ground. Well, whichever you're doing, lower all the way to the ground. Bring your forehead to the mat, elbows pulling together and back. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. 2 more. Press the tops of your feet, press your pubic bone into the mat. Elbows pulling back. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Curl your toes under. Push it up to plank. And then when you're ready, inhale, downward dog. Take some deep breaths. Pedal your feet. When you're ready, find a place of stillness. Big inhale in, and then a big exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. Perfect. Inhale, you can either lift the right leg high or you can just draw that knee towards your nose, your choice. Exhale, step it up. And then I'm going to turn on my mat. So step it up. Keep that back knee lifted, front knee bent. You're going to pivot on that back foot. So the toes on your left foot are either facing sideways or kind of towards the front corner of the room. When you're ready, you can bring that right hand to the inner arch, and then we will come all the way up, warrior two. So, front knee bent, press into the outer edge of that back foot. Try and keep spine long, arms outstretched. I turn my palms up, reaching through my fingers. Don't walk out on your elbows, keep a little bend. Think about your spine being one long piece. Breathe. Soften. Relax the struggle. You've got this. See if you can sink a little deeper. Try not to let that front knee roll in too much. Breathing deep. Meet your edge. If you're gritting your teeth, back up a little bit. Find your breath. Now when you're ready, we're going to inhale. Take that right arm up and back. Reverse warrior. Breathing deep, core strong here. Legs strong. Breathe. Inhale back to center, and we're just going to spiral it all the way down. Pivot on that back foot so you're back in your lunge position. And then when you're ready, we'll rock back and forth, and then we'll rock up to a forward fold. Ta-da! Breathing deep, walking your hands side to side. Inhale, halfway lift, your version. Exhale, lower. Bend your knees. Roll it all the way up to mountain. Perfect. So, in your mountain pose, take a couple deep breaths. Relax your shoulders. See if you can relax your face. Take some deep breaths. Feel your shoulders dropping away from your ears. And then when you're ready, take your right foot, cross it over your left, and press into both big toe mounds. Don't let your knees lock out. Keep a slight bend. Inhale. Arms come up. You probably can't see my hands. Take your left hand, grab your right wrist. Think up and over. Standing banana pose. Breathe deep. Exhale, release. A big inhale. Exhale, take a fold all the way over. Should feel a really big stretch down the left side leg. Breathing deep. Inhale, roll it up. Unravel. You may swing your fingertips around, interlace your fingertips behind your tailbone, pull your knuckles down and slightly away. Try not to lift your ribs here. Nice shoulder opener. Exhale, release. Same thing, cross your left foot over your right, pressing into your big toe mound. Nice. When you're ready, inhale, arms come up. Right hand grabs left wrist. Think up and over. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take it down in a fold. Couple deep breaths. And then when you're ready, plant your palms, uncross your feet. Keep your palms planted, step your right toes back, step your left toes back. And this time you can either come up on your toes a little bit, lower down, and come into up dog with the thighs lifted, or you can lower all the way down and repeat cobra, or you can even lower all the way down. Swim your fingertips around. Press into your pubic bone, press into the tops of your feet. Interlace your fingertips or behind your tailbone. When you're ready, inhale, pull your knuckles towards your heels. And then if you want, activate your glutes, your hamstrings. Lift your feet off the ground, locust pose. Couple deep breaths. Exhale, release. Press it up to plank. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift your tailbone high. Pedal it out. Find a place of stillness. Big inhale. Side out. Drop your right heel and either lift that knee towards your left knee towards your nose or lift that left leg up high. We're going to step it up, pulling back in that left hip crease, finding that lunge, and then we're going to pivot on the back foot, bring that left hand to the inner arch, and we're going to come up and find our warrior two this way. Again, you don't want your knee rolling too far in, pressing into the outer edge of that foot. Try and keep that length in your spine. Flip your palms up, reach through your fingertips, don't lock out in the elbows. Warrior two, breathing deep, soften. See if you can find a smile. Breathe. Reach, reach, reach through your fingertips. Inhale, find that reverse warrior. Keep breathing. Exhale, we're going to spiral all the way down. Step it back to plank. Ta-da! Hold plank, couple breaths. You got this. You can rock back and forth. Exhale, lower your knees to tabletop. From here, we're going to slide the right toes out once again. Exhale, draw that knee towards your nose. You're going to step it up. Find your lunge position. Sorry, didn't mean to whack the mic. So, toes curled under on the top of your foot, pressing into the top of that foot if your foot's flat. Pressing into the heel, the big toe mound here. Keeping that spine straight. Bring your right hand to the inner arch. Walk your right foot to the edge of your mat. You can even turn the toes out a little bit. So you're in a lizard variation here, still pulling back in this right hip crease. Plant your left palm under your shoulder. Well, first let's do this. Lift that left knee. And then you can either be right here, or if you want to take that right arm and swim it around and reach for those toes. You can roll out on the outer edge of that right foot if it's comfortable. I get a better stretch if I keep my foot pressing into the mat, so it's up to you. So find your lizard variation with the quad stretch twist, if that feels good, or you can just be here. Breathing. Exhale, release that quad stretch if you're in it. Bring that right hand back around. Walk that right foot back in. Plant your palms. Slide those toes back to tabletop. From your tabletop, slide the left toes out. And then when you're ready, finding your lunge position. Okay, make sure your spine's straight. Bring that left hand in. Walk those left toes out. So your left foot is towards the edge of your mat. Toes are turned out slightly. Planting our palms into the mat. If you just wanted to come into this lizard, you certainly can. I'm adding a twist here. This is spinal yoga. So can lift that those right toes. Plant that right palm, and if you want, you can reach back. If you can't reach your toes, you can just reach back and point towards the wall behind you, or you can grab your toes, keeping length in the spine, pressing the earth away from you, still pulling back in that left hip crease. Exhale, release. If you're in the quad stretch, walk that foot back into your lunge. Slide it back to your tabletop. Bring the toes, big toes to touch, knees wide. Sink your hips back, walk your palms forward. We're going to come into child's pose, extended child's pose. Reach your fingertips forward. Really feel the stretch through the back, the sides. Take 3 deep breaths here. Really feel the skin of your spine, the muscles in your back and around your spine, expanding and contracting. On your next inhale, walk your fingertips over to the left. 3 deep breaths here. Next inhale, walk your fingertips to the right. 3 deep breaths. Inhale back to center, slowly coming back up to your tabletop. We're going to walk our knees underneath us, come to a seat, and then we are slowly going to make our way onto our backs. So once you get there, we're going to bring your feet flat to the mat. Go ahead and pull your right knee in. You can keep your left foot flat on the mat. Rock your right knee from heart space to shoulder. And then when you are ready, you can slide your left heel out. And then take that right knee to the left side of your mat. You might shift your hips a little right if it feels more comfortable. You can open up through the right arm. You can bring those fingertips behind your head. Breathe 3 deep breaths into the twist. You can look over your right shoulder if it's comfortable too. Inhale, come back to center. Bring the left knee up to meet it. And then place that right foot flat on the mat. Rock that knee from heart space to shoulder. When you're ready, slide that right leg out. Shift your hips slightly left. Take that knee over. Open up through the left arm, or you can bring your fingertips behind your ear. You can look over that shoulder. Three deep breaths. Inhale back to center. Go ahead and squeeze your right knee in to meet your left. And then from here, take your palms out, palms up, fingertips towards the bottom edge of your mat. And then we're going to inhale. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. We're going to come into hedgehog pose. So if you can grasp the outer edges of your feet, great. You're going to try and let your shoulders relax here. Let your eyebrows relax. Use your ab muscles. Woo! Breathe. One more full breath. Exhale, release. Bring your feet flat to the mat, palms down by your sides, palms flat on the mat. You want your feet about hip width apart, and you really want to press into your heels, your big toe mound. Try not to let your knees flay out here or fall out. Think about having a block squeezing between your knees. That's why I say press into your big toe mound. We'll do a couple of spinal bridge segments when you're ready. Inhale, curl up from the tailbone, reaching it towards the backs of your knees. Slowly rolling up through each vertebra. And we're not coming into like a real deep here. We just want to come up, a comfortable amount. You might feel a nice stretch in the front of your thighs. Exhale, roll it down slowly. We'll do 2 more of those. Now that you know what you're doing, do it with your breath. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, lifting the hips. Exhale, rolling down. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. Let your knees just fall open. Breathe here for a second. And then when you're ready, just slide one leg out, then the other leg. If it's comfortable, you might roll a blanket under your knees or a bolster. It feels really nice to have the spine flat on the mat. Wherever you want your hands to fall. Find your most comfortable Shavasana. Keep your spine long on the mat. Breathing deep. Let the earth support you. The mat support you. Just letting your body sink in. Letting your breath return to normal. Relaxing through the eyes, the jaw. You might open and close the jaw a couple times. And stay here as long as you can, as long as your brain or family or life circumstances will allow. You deserve that time to yourself to let yourself just rest. You just did something good for yourself. It is always an honor to have you join me. Whew, the yoga worked. I'm super relaxed. I will see you next class. Thank you.